Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Play action. It's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that nearly an opening drive, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. I call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Room here to run. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. On 2nd and 2, Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Couple of Alabama guys there, Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Tua sets up to pass it. He finds Aguilar over the middle. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Penny will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point attempt to come here. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. That time, a 6-play drive, and it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they've climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season they could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall, to about the 48-yard line. Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson over the middle, caught by Mims. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Jets at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Penny. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stumping that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. after one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Running left, it's Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Here's Hill on the return. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Again, it's Penny. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Penny on the counter. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Davis now to return it. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Able to connect with Mims. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he whips that one incomplete there.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 17 yards for the Jets there as they got themselves a first down.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And this one too low. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. 20. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, it's Tua. From out of the backfield, it's Myles Gaskin with a catch. Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Tua now on 1st down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Tua now on first down. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to pass. Tua. It's a slant to Hill. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that, because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 21-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Returnable here for Davis. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On first down, Tagovailoa. It's caught by Aguilar. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Number 20, Grace Hall, ball carrier.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead in the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on the way to a lopsided victory.
It's a pickup of 3.
On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now third down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Point after try forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Miami. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken in at the 3. So out now come the Jets. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Zach Wilson sacked by Emmanuel Marfa. No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
A gain of 4 yards.
On 1st down, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard
To
line.
throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Back to the ground with Hall. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
19-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll look to run with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession 4th quarter lead. They begin with a run by Penny. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll roll him out right. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. On third down, Penny. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. New York ready to go again offensively. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Wilson. That's caught right side by Mims. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
13 yards on the play.
Now Wilson on first down. And this one complete again to Mims. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw again is Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He gets them a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That time, a 9-play drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Penny, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Penny. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Inside handoff, Penny, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Penny up the middle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. The handoff, running left is Penny. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just comes off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
So here's Wilson and the Jets down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. And the missed field goal, that was big. That keeps them within 2 scores, and they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Wilson's pass intercepted by the Dolphins.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going.